You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. Hey guys, I ain't gonna lie, this is like my fifth take for today's conversation, man. I have literally stopped and re-recorded, stopped, re-recorded, rubbing my head, literally feeling like, am I present enough with this conversation today to really make it be a topic? And I remember writing the title to this show some time ago, and I'm thinking that may be part of my struggle today, because sometimes I'll come up with the title as the words come into my mind, and I get my subjective matters. I have different approaches in this aspect, but a lot of times I'll have some subject matter that leaves some kind of impression on me, and I'll build my framework of my talk from it. Today, I actually kind of did reverse. I had this topic I've had this topic for months and entitled it, and kind of just felt like I would talk on it when I felt it was time for me to speak on it, and that I could elaborate and give it essence. And so today I finally feel like I thought that I could just take this and take it and run. And today it actually kind of went the opposite way. I found myself stopping and going, rephrasing, you name it, I've done it so far. And at this point, on this fifth take, I'm actually still thinking about my words as I'm working through my introduction of this segment. But one of the things, I think one of the reasons, is because I had a very, very early morning. I've been up pretty much, you might as well say early morning. It was still dark outside, right? Completely. And I think it's, a little mixture of just feeling a little tired and also feeling compartmentalized about some of the conversation I want to have today. And I think that the combination of the both has led me to have to re-record this thing on multiple occasions. And that's okay, because it happens like that sometimes. But I wanted to touch on becoming the thing you speak life into. Because this, a lot of times we'll say things about ourselves inadvertently, sometimes in our subconscious mind. We're framing certain things that maybe we want to desire, as well as sometimes we'll speak on things that we don't want to desire. And the psyche does not necessarily differentiate. But for us, we're actively speaking different things, emotions, feelings, thoughts, whatever it is. And a lot of times it's developing a framework around us, within us. And so today I felt like, that's a very good key time, I think, to speak on this, because this has been this space for me that has led me to come to the point of saying, let's touch on this today. And I also think that a big part of the influence came from me reading one of my books I like to reference, which is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And there was a section I read that really triggered me to say, today may be the better day to do this conversation. Because I was reading this one section of the book, and it speaks on something very clearly that I feel a lot of times people don't recognize about themselves. I'm going to read this one section out of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I also began challenging my mental approach whenever I began thinking in financial, negative, or counterproductive ways. In the past, I believed that what my mind said was truth. I learned that in many ways, my mind was my biggest obstacle to success. I chose not to entertain thoughts that did not empower me toward my vision of wealth. I used every one of the principles you're going to learn in this book. Did it work? Boy, did it work. So I actually read more than I wanted to read in that first section. The first thing I just really want to impactfully say is that how important is it to understand that your mind can sometimes be the biggest obstacle to your success. Not a person, not a place, not a thing, but your mind. And guys, you know what? I'm going to get right into it. So we're just going to prepare for this conversation, because I think today is a great time to just have it. Y'all know what time it is. It's Monday. It's Sunday Monday Motivation. Let's go. Las Mariatos Seafood and Entertainment is a 13,000 square foot of restaurant and colorful entertainment space located at 2241 West Esplanade in the heart of San Jacinto, California. Las Mariatos is a must-see restaurant specializing in the best of Mexico cuisine with its flavors, aromas, colors, traditions, and bright wall display and art. Stop in 7 days a week and enjoy fresh and tasty seafood made to order that's quickly prepared for you to have a fantastic dining experience. Stay after dinner and wind down with a variety of entertainment, live music, DJs, and more. Connect and follow on Facebook, Instagram, or call for reservations at 951-654-8558.
Cynthia Sweet Treats, located at 1259 South State Street in Hemet. We are located in the Diamond Valley Shopping Center. Come in and enjoy some puff pastries, custom cakes, cupcakes, mini desserts, handmade pastries, fresh breads, cookies, and event catering. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8:30 to 3 p.m., and Sundays we are closed. If you have any questions, go ahead and call the store, which is 951-282-3237. You can also find our website at cynthiasweettreats.co.
Okay, so you may say, Sonny, how do you become the things that you speak in life into? A lot of us is already experiencing that in our life at this point of wherever you are. Your job, your family dynamics, your car, your neighborhood that you live in, the clothes that you're wearing, the contents of music you're listening to. There's so much that we're ingesting that sometimes I think is very easily miscalculated how we can be impactfully putting things into our minds, into our bodies, into our framework without real clear consciousness that we're doing it. And I think the passage that I read of The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, that section where my man stated clearly that his mind became an obstacle at times for him, became one of the biggest obstacles to his success. And a lot of times we're not identifying with our own conversations. We're not even aware of what we're saying, how we're saying it, how we're phrasing it. And we're not even aware of our feelings internally about the things that we're saying that we want to have in our life. Because we may be saying it, but in our minds, we're thinking sometimes the opposite. That is not as tangible, that is eluding you, or that you're not really anticipating the arrival of whatever it is. Because just as quick as you say it, you might add a but to the situation or add some kind of reasoning as to why what it is you desire won't come to pass. Or you may not even be thinking that you're in that kind of energy field, but the way you're carrying yourself, the way you're talking about certain things, the way you're carrying out certain things may reflect it. And so because of that, you find yourself in these situations where you're not leveling up. You're not achieving the level in which you're working towards. And then it becomes a obstacle for you. It becomes another part of the struggle of what you're looking to do for yourself or what you're looking to gain. So if you're to start to experience the things that you speak of, you have to start working towards those things as if they already are there. A lot of us may recognize that as being part of the manifestation of things. However you want to say it, but at the end of the day, we have to be conscious of what our mind's voice is saying. Because a lot of times it may not even be verbally resonating, but mentally is resonating. Mentally, it is the thing that you're subscribing to about yourself, about your circumstances, about your future, about your past, and even your present. We are human. And, people are constantly dealing with different things on a day-to-day basis. So it's easy to be drawn, different areas of attention towards different things. So what if we work a little harder at our conscious mind communicating more to our subconscious mind? Because what happens is, prime example, you might get up in the morning, walk in the bathroom, brush your teeth, and do it without a thought because it's what you do on a regular basis. But what if you get up one day and you, instead of just getting up and doing the routine of things, you stop, maybe you meditate, you pray, you give yourself a moment to catch your breath before you even put your feet to the floor. Reflect on what you want your day to look like before you even start participating in it. Just these little things that can patternize the way your day takes off. I know that for most people, we are accustomed to certain days of the week, certain times of the day, identifying how we move and how we do things, or how we're defined in our roles at those times and places and amongst certain people. But are we taking inventory of ourselves? Are we taking time to recognize that maybe we need an extra 15 minutes to prepare for our day? Maybe we need to go a different route to work. Or maybe start off your work week, a Monday, a little bit different. Maybe you got up extremely early today, went and got coffee instead of making it at home. Maybe you went out and had breakfast and watched the sun come up and started looking at how you wanted your day to unfold before it unfolded for you. That's the one thing, man, I think that we have to remember is that no matter what we're doing, the world is still going. There's things that's steadily happening. And because of that, a lot of times we find ourselves either running with time, chasing time, trying to stay on time, or feeling like time is just not even a part of the day that we're looking to unfold. And so a lot of how our activities are possibly defined for us through the course of the day, the course of the week, starts in our mind frame. Like I've heard people say, oh, this is going to be a tough week, or I'm not going to have payday till this time period, so I know I'm not going to have my rent. Oh, I know I'm not going to have my car insurance. Oh, I know my cell phone's going to be off because I don't have the money. And it's 2 weeks from the time period that, and it's like, like, guys, seriously, I've been in conversations and have heard myself, I've heard other people. And it depends on who you are to me and how our conversations may roll. And I might tell you, you just made a statement saying that what you won't have. And it's like you're creating your genie of the bottle experience and you're already announcing what it's going to be. So if you can announce that you won't have and you can't and this won't and this won't. And so if you can put the words together to say it will or won't, then that means that your mind can also put it together to say it can and it will. So consciousness, man, just being very conscious of what we're saying. I tried to read that section. I kind of just kept, reading a little bit beyond what I wanted to impression, but definitely the part where my man said that my mind was the obstacle to my success. I guarantee you, there's so many of us out here in the world that is navigating that same obstacle day in and day out and wondering why we're not achieving what it is that we desire to be or do. And we're not even aware of our conversation. We're not aware of what we're saying before it even has an opportunity to take flight. You're already saying what you're going to not have, or that it's going to be a tough this, or it's going to be a rough that, or I already know that my kid and my dog and this is going to act like that. How do you know that unless you're already giving it that kind of energy to bring that kind of experience to yourself or to others? Guys, is a level of consciousness that we have to actively practice in order to better understand that a lot of the things we're experiencing is because we're already speaking life into it to be what we say it is going to be. So if we're going to speak life into it, why not make it be the life that you want? Why not make it be the moment that you desire? Why not make it be the levels of achievement that you want for yourself or for others? So I'm not going to make this too long because literally, like I mentioned in the first take, a few takes, I've had quite a few attempts to start this conversation. And it was funny because I felt like I was trying to place words into spaces versus just really talking about the reality of how our minds can be about us. We can be our biggest point of jeopardy and we're not aware of it just because we're not taking notion to hearing what we're saying and feeding ourselves, because our minds are so significant and they give so many people so many levels of understanding that if you're not taking the time to think seriously about what you're saying, it is easy to find yourself being handled in your own experiences, life, and your job or in your social circles, in your family, in your relationships. So the one thing you can't control is you. The other thing in that process is really taking account for how we're talking things into our lives and just speaking those things that we desire in the forefront and being adamant about what we're saying and taking note about what we're saying. If you can speak on things that have impacted you in not so good ways, you definitely can speak on things that can impact you on good ways. So why not put those kind of conversations into the atmosphere, into the universe, and try to make it be as everything as possibly it can be? Guys, I just think that, there's so many things that are out here in the world to distract us. It's so easy to be disappointed and disheartened and discouraged. So I don't think we should allow our minds to be an added part to that, because it already takes a lot for you to really, sometimes go toward the direction it is of your desire. So let's be more conscious today. It's still early enough for us to steer the day towards what we desire it to be. So even if it takes little parts and little pieces, I know that today is technically a day before a holiday celebration with the 4th of July. So sometimes people are already checked out because it's a long weekend. But that's okay too, because maybe there's something you desire with your family that you haven't had an opportunity to do. And you now can say, hey, you know what? I want to speak light to this. And that we will have time and that we will have the place and we will have the consideration of being and doing. And everybody will be good, right? Because if we all just take account for ourselves and stay in that path, I believe that it will make such a huge trajectory change and our lives will seem to be so much lighter. So guys, I want to just tell you to have a great, fantastic first part of July Monday, and that you have the ability to control the throttle today for yourself. So why don't you go ahead and navigate it into the direction of what you desire. Let's make it go. Y'all have a good one.
Hey girl, come stop by Double Meek Dub, located off of 211 North State Street in Hemet, California, 92543. We offer eyelash extensions, brow waxing, brow lamination, ombre powder brows, as well as 2-day lash courses, so come get meeked up.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
$30.7 million small businesses in the U.S., creating 1.5 million jobs annually. Small business accounts for 64% of new job creation in the U.S. There's strength in numbers. No matter what we face, know that there's strength in us. Because of you, we're able, we're capable, we're resilient, and we are available because we are small business, and together, we're the economy.
No matter the time or the season, we're open and available 24/7. Shouldn't your dealership be too? Carrumba.com, the convenient online used vehicle marketplace. Register your independent dealership now. You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
This episode is sponsored by LouddMouth.com, the #1 small business online network. We're putting the word out about small business. Put your business on the referral network online that wants to put the word out about you. Fast Hauling Junk Removal and Demolition is serving the Hemet, San Jacinto, and Temecula Valley areas, providing affordable junk and bulk pickup services. Whether you're in need of home or business pickup, Fast Hauling and Demolition is available 7 days a week at 951-378-2727. In need of a fast demolition? Looking to build or remodel? Fast Demolition is available to tear down and rebuild your kitchen, patio, bathroom, floors, walls, ceilings, and more. Fast Hauling and Demolition also provides front and backyard services if you're in need of trim of small palm trees, yard removal of debris, and more. Contact them at 951-378-2727.
Blue Line Enterprises, located at 1455 North State Street in Hemet, is the go-to used car and truck dealership, providing you with a great car buying experience, offering high-quality pre-owned vehicles. From the moment you walk through the door, commitment is provided to you for a great buying experience with a skilled sales staff, great financing options. We'll help you get the vehicle you want at the great price you deserve. Contact us at 951-293-3105 and feel free to find us online at BlueLineEnterprisesLLC.com.